my glasses.
I hope you can get in. It's cold.
I know it. Okay, so there's one in the back.
Looks like sister seed tenders.
Yep, this is the oldest one of the two. This one doesn't have the inoculant thing on it. So this one needs a new conveyor belt. So I contacted the dealer and they need the model number, speed tender 375, and then serial number. So there's got to be a data plate on here somewhere. There it is. Okay. See what my picture looks like. Yeah. Need a new conveyor belt. Thanks.
They're so polite.
I'm so polite. Okay. Yeah, these have scales on them and everything, but yeah, this is what's next. Both of these need to get over there to the shop, and we're going to go through them. This is something we haven't done before. We put tenders on the batteries. So careful where you're walking. But yeah, so we'll have to get them over there, get the engines running, get the belt replaced in the one, and just go through them, make sure we're good to go, because who knows, we could be within, well,
a month.
as the day of this filming, what, Monday?
Monday is April 1st.
Monday's April 1st. This is currently Tuesday, so in a week we're into April. We could be, who knows, we could be 3 weeks away from planting. But so that's that. One of the videos I had talked about, that 8920, we had to hook on to Ryan had basically a brand new little field cultivator sitting over here in the shed, and we hooked it onto this, and that's how we worked up all of our bean stubble for planting corn last year. So that little thing saved us a lot of money. Okay, what we have, we've got two identical seed tenders here. One's about 4 or 5 years newer than the other one, but one of the belts, the conveyor belts, is, if you look in there, you see it's got little knobs or fingers or whatever. Some of those fingers last year when we were loading the corn planter, we were finding those little fingers inside the tank, which is not good. So we've got a belt that we think we probably need to replace, but I can't remember for sure which one it was. So we ought to number them, and then we can better keep track. But we've got that silver thing up there. The one for this one is laying on the shelf back there, so that's got to be put on. We've got to get the belt figured out because we think they're identical. The dealer wasn't 100% sure that they were the same belt, but thought they were. But they for sure, we need to go through them. We need to go through the engines. Boy, this one definitely needs a bath. This one is terrible. So anyway, we're gonna work on some seed tenders.
Nice to be inside today.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty outside.
North.
April, what, 3rd? And yeah, we got snow again yesterday, a little bit. It was mountain right away, but it's flurrying now. But we'll take the moisture, but I prefer it be 55 degrees and rain. But anyway, welcome to Iowa. We've got the spout in a bucket just in case any seed comes out. We're gonna turn this conveyor on and damaged a little bit, but that's not worth changing out the belt. Okay. So I've only seen one missing and one damaged so far. Okay. Okay, go ahead and shut the motor off. So I don't think it's this one, or
It's just a couple.
I don't think it's that one. So that's the oldest one, and I think I had heard that Ryan and Lane had replaced a belt. I'm assuming it was in the oldest one. So let's see if this old girl will start. Gas is on. We don't have a bucket under our spout, and I did see some corn. I believe it's this one because I've already seen one tooth that's missing. She's missing a tooth. Yeah, hang on though. So we got one missing up there on the right side. Got one missing there, so there's two. There's three. There's a chunk of something that looks like. That's mice or rats were chewing on that one. You see you getting a lot of cracks. Yeah, this is the belt. Crack in there, so crack in there. I mean, these are going to be falling off. There's another crack over there on the side. Crack. Yeah, this is the belt. That one over there is about ready to fall off. See, it's split. Missing one. 5 teeth missing. Recommended engine oil. Looks like a straight 30 weight. 5W30. We're not going to be running it in that cold of weather. This thing only runs in the summertime, so either a 10W30 or a straight 30 weight is fine. A lot of our small engines we run straight 30 weight. So once we get all our data here figured out, I went through the book on the hydraulic system. So we're going to change oil in the engine. We are going to change the filter on the hydraulic system and change the oil on the hydraulic system. There's the drain plug down there. Yeah, so engine, hydraulic system will all have fresh oil in it, fresh filter. We'll do that on both of them. So, and then I was going through the book on this thing, and you can check the brakes to make sure they're in the right position. You got to tighten them up and then take them back like 8 or 10 clicks. But it talks about a brake tool, and I don't see the brake tool unless there's one over here. One thing's kind of nice about having two of them that are identical. That's obviously a spark plug wrench. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to find what I'm looking for there. So that, I think, is the speed controller for this. Delivers the inoculant or the graphite dust into the seed while you're putting it in there, so you're not having to stand up there in the wind. It's usually windy, dumping it in the tank and it blowing back up in your face. This way it puts it all in and you don't have to do it by hand. So, but this has been an issue, so I don't know. We got to figure out why this isn't working. We need to get that working. That one doesn't even have one on it. But so what I'd like to do is get this tender washed, and that silver, it's basically a tarp retractor that goes on the front of this one. Get that done, and then we'll back it up over here out of the way, and we'll get this other one in front, because that's the one that we're going to have to put the conveyor belt on, and we're going to need to get that conveyor down and over, and We just got them over here and backed them in here just to get them here. They were at a different farm in a different shed, and tomorrow we got the John Deere dealer service truck coming to work on the seal on the front end of the planter tractor, and then figure out why the John Deere 9430, when you start it up, it kind of surges. That's the tractor that we'll do our field work with. And then once we get that fixed, we can put it on the field cultivator, and that will work up all the bean stubble before we plant corn. The beans that we're planting will be no-till, so we won't work that ground at all. We don't want to do a whole lot. We've had 2 years of low moisture, so we don't want to dry that soil out any more than what we have to. So, but we do like tilling that bean stubble up and getting that soil a little bit warmer for the corn. Corn seems to be a little bit more temperamental than soybean seed. Soybean seed, you could probably just sling it out there by your hand on top of the ground and it would grow. But
Like cover crop seeding.
like cover crop seeding, yep.
From the airplane.
So, okay, so put it in gear. You're not going anywhere. Stop. Go. Stop. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but how the center, trying to hold the light, and this edge is higher than the center. It's level back there. But on the way out here this morning, I felt a vibration on the back right side. These tires are original. They've got almost 49,000 on them. I was hoping to get 50, but the gravel has just really chewed these tires up. I'll show you this one, what I found. Okay, go. Stop. Go. Stop. Okay, put it in park. Okay, so I marked it. I did get a new tire crayon, by the way, but you can see how this edge over here has a lump in it. We're up there, it's level. There's a lump there, and it goes back to being level again. So I don't know if I've got a broken belt in that tire or what, but I do have a new set of tires for this already. I bought them over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, during COVID, when, you know, then we had a big tire manufacturing plant or two or whatever that burned up. We ended up buying tires for a car, our John Deere Gator, and this pickup, and just had them on hand. So the only one left is a set of tires for this pickup. So I do believe we're gonna have to load them up and take them down to Cedar Rapids. We bought them at Discount Tire and have them installed, which I was hoping to get to through spring planting, but it's not gonna happen. So we gotta put new tires on it. Those two are done. Are you a list person and do stuff like this? Get, seed, tenders, and shop. Got that done. Why am I having a brain freeze?
Well, okay, so there was a light on the other one that was, the cord was broken, right? Or was it this one?
This one. Yeah, I think it's the other one.
We need to name them.
We need to get numbers for them. Fixed light change hydraulic oil in both seed tenders, remap all field boundaries.
That Gracie would love to deal with that with us.
Gracie could help with that. That's going to take a while. That's good on our list for right now. We're going to try and get this one brush washed today, get that finished up, and maybe get the front tarp retraction dubasary thingamajig mounted back on that one. I'm assuming it was broken. It's over here. So what it does is it helps keep the tarp up there tight. So there's just a spring inside of it, and as the tarp pulls it, there's a spring to help pull it back in place.
You can see this one's on here.
Yeah, this one's on here. So what it does, because your handle is in the back to roll it over, and if you don't have something to pull the front over, then it'll get all kitty corner and messed up. So these just kind of help pull the tarp over even.
Oh, I know something else for the list.
What?
The graphite.
Fix this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to take some research.
That's not working. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it ever really worked well. I'm not sure if there is a good, dependable graphite injection augering system. Put this up. This is your seed sealing tape device. Kind of high tech. All that stuff can go back out to the field, so this will end up in the trash. All right. Oh boy.
See how bad it is.
Oh.
We did the other one. We knew for sure that was the
Yeah.
bean one.
This got forgotten, I think.
This is why we're constantly washing down the floor.
Yeah. Wash the floor, make a mess. Wash the floor, make a mess.
Phew, that stinks.
You want to go get me a 1/4-inch bolt?
1/4-inch.
So, probably going to be the top row on the gray cabinet. Short as you can find.
This is the smallest I can find.
Kind of weird that this piece takes a 5/16 bolt. This one corner hole takes a 5/16, but everything else looks like it takes a 1/4. So what I think we'll do is we'll drill them out.
Oh, that's not good. Ow! Both sides.
I thought it sounded like a good idea. that's really hard steel.
Do you want me to look for another bit?
Sure. Oh, moly.
Is that the right size? For some reason it looks smaller. Did I go the wrong way? That's right, okay.
What size did it say?
2164 is what I thought it said.
Yeah. That's not fun.
No.
This is really hard metal. Them there J&M seat tenders. They put some good strong metal in their stuff. The bottom of these are painted with a slick, like a graphite paint. That's why it's hard to stand in them, because they're very slick, so your seed will slide down. So makes it not so fun when you have to get inside of them. But hey, good exercise, right?
Right.
So we're going to show you what the tarp does when there's no assist on it.
Okay, let me know when.
Go ahead. See how it starts getting behind and it's starting to go diagonal, which then it could end up falling in. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to go over the edge and then back.
Okay.
So yeah, the other, it's way off. So now roll it back up. Get me in a better spot for the spring. Okay?
Is that good?
Yeah, I think so.
So latch it?
Yeah. So here's this loop. This loop goes, supposed to go in there. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that with one hand or not. Probably not. We'll let Kimberly throw away. I think maybe this thing was broken or bent or something. So that's kind of why.
Oh.
So there it is.
Wow.
If it stays in there.
Oh
Well, but you don't want to get it too tight. I wonder if we got a small clamp that we could like clamp it like that, so then it can't come off.
okay.
So we'll look for a small cable clamp, but yeah, that's basically how it works. Good morning and welcome back. I am just showing up at the farm this morning, and Kimberly stayed home. She's got to take Gracie, our little dog, to the chiropractor this morning, so she has thrown her back out, and this has happened before, and she'll get kind of where she isn't real interested about eating anymore, and you know, she doesn't fly up the steps like she used to, or she doesn't jump up in the pickup by herself. You have to pick her up and put her in there yourself. So anyway, she's gonna try and get her to the chiropractor this morning and get her, they just use that little clicker thing and find the where she's out and kind of give it a couple clicks and pops it right back into place. So like I say, this has happened before. So yeah, something to think about if you have an animal that you notice that stuff kind of happening. It can be their back that's out of position. So anyway, that's what Kimberly's going to do this morning. I am going to work on the seed tenders. I got oil filters for the hydraulic system, and I got oil for the engines. So I'm going to change out the engine oil, change out the hydraulic oil, change out the filters. I don't think the engines have filters. Hopefully not, because I didn't buy any. So yeah, now I'm wondering. I didn't think they did. I guess I didn't even look. I just assumed they didn't. So that's never good to do. So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on today. And then I've got the John Deere mechanic coming to look at the front end of the 8370 John Deere planter tractor that has that, looks like a seals out of it. And then look at the four-wheel drive tractor. When it starts up, it kind of surges or whatever. So they're gonna hopefully fix the seal for sure, and then see what's going on with the four-wheel drive, and we'll go from there. But anyway, we'll go see what's going on in the shop. Okay, first project. Big one, big project. So the other day when I put this on, obviously that comes off there too easy. Now if we pinched it down a little bit, then it's not going to come off there so easy. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. We'll see how that works. Clamp is started. This is going to be trial and error, I'm sure, but and these are not lock nuts, so I'm not sure why they don't come with lock nuts, but they don't. So that'd be the next thing. This thing will fall off, but we'll keep an eye on it. Still spins on there, but can't pop off, so we'll see how that works. All right, well, we're here at the farm. It's afternoon. Had a couple projects I worked on this morning. I didn't film them. We had to go get the grain drill and it's called a coldemulcher or colepacker. We got a company here with their bulldozer fixing some waterways, and use that coldemulcher or colepacker to level and break up the clods and get it prepared for seeding. Anyway, so I was kind of working on some of that stuff this morning. We got both of those units were at different farms. We had to go get them back here, get them greased, ready to go. So right now, here's the project. And I don't know that this is going to be a one-person project. I'm not 100% sure. But we're gonna give it our best shot. We'll see what we can do here. So yeah, we gotta replace the conveyor belt that's inside that tube. So that conveyor belt's getting bad, needs to be replaced. The new one's over here in the box. So I'm wondering, I'm hoping I can hook the two together and use the winch on there to pull them through. We'll see if that works. But yeah, there's the new one inside there. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Wow. Okay, there's inside there. Looks like these little things have been breaking off. Probably would be good to replace that while we're at it. Anyway, I gotta read the book and see what step 2 is. I think I gotta take these off next. Those guides or whatever, so we'll see. Alright, so I just rotated the belt to get the splice down here, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I need to use a 1/8 inch Allen wrench and loosen those set screws. Hopefully. Okay, there's one. There's 2 of them on here. Okay. Okay, that's loose. Now they want us to loosen these. There's 4 of them. 2 here and 2 here. A bracket on the motor side. They want them loosened or removed. I gotta check and see what the next step is. I'm actually following directions today, so this is good. Alright, what I did next, I just pulled that plate off. I just had to wiggle it a little bit and it pulled off of that shaft. Next I gotta pull this splice rod out. There's a little washer on each end that holds it in place. And I just checked the new one. The rod's there, but there's no washer, so I have to carefully, nope, there they are. There's the washers. Okay. Good thing you guys were here to point that out, because now I can just cut that end off and pull it out and continue. Otherwise, I wasn't sure. I was trying to figure out how to save those washers. Okay, I got the washer off. So now, if I pull on this, well, it just came apart. All right, we're making progress. Get the new conveyor belt ready. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna splice these 2 together. I'm gonna use the old splice cable, and then I'll get this out straight, and I'll bring the maybe I'll just extend the cable, the winch out from the Ranger, and I'll hook onto it and pull it through that way. Okay, I think you guys get the point. I'll be back with you when I get this all stretched out. All right, we are going to attempt to tie these 2 together. Put the cable in a drill so I can spin it. We'll see if that works or not. I think I got it figured out here that I want that on the outside. This is, I think, where an extra set of hands would be handy. Hands would be handy. Get it? Handy. Oh man, I'm so clever. I may have to pull it out of here and get it started first. I feel like it'd be easier to go to the top one for some reason. What if, can I pull that out any? Maybe. give me a little bit more freedom here. Okay, I've got it started. Wow. Oddly enough, I didn't even need the drill. It's in, it's spliced, okay. So now, we're going to put a clamp on the top. Okay. All right. Remote. Turn my remote back on. It automatically shuts off, I guess. Try and get my rope to spool up correctly. All right. Moment of truth. Here we go. What do you guys think? Is this going to work? I'll let you point this way. Just don't get hit if that rope snaps. Oh, I think it's working. I guess maybe one guy can do this. We'll see. So far, so good. You got to be here to lift this up, otherwise these catch on this metal here. That's why I decided. Normally somebody just has, you have somebody else in the Ranger and you just back it up, but I only got one person today. Kimberly had to take Gracie for a checkup at the vet. So then she decided to mow lawn. It's getting that point, we got to mow lawn finally. All that fun stuff. Working great. Here comes a piece of the conveyor belt where the mice or rats were chewing on. So you always want to empty out your conveyor at the end of the season to get all the seed out of there so it doesn't attract rodents. Almost there to the Ranger. I see the splice coming. Now, getting this thing hooked up. The new belt with one person, that's probably where I'm going to have the problem. All right, we've at least got the new conveyor belt in the tube, so making progress. But yeah, I used the old cable splice instead of the new one. A conveyor belt will be recycled. Yeah, I think they'll actually take the old belt back, and I don't know what they do with them. Oh, that spooled up nice. So here's my new cable splice. I gotta get it past these little washers. There we go, I got the washers. Washers would not go over the other end for some reason. So, let's see. Let's see if we can get this started. I'm kind of grunting here a little bit. Actually, this isn't going too bad. All right, the splice is in. I just got to get the little washers. So these washers are already partially bent. Slip it over the end and then pinch it down even more. The video makes it look so easy. Let's see if I can do this one out here so you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. So it goes over the cable and you just squeeze it. Just like that. It's hard to do when you can't get on the end, but now that this one's done, I'll push it in as far as I can. I don't know, I can't really rotate this bracket out of the way. I need to get that washer on there a little bit better. Maybe this guy will work better, I don't know. Most difficult part of the whole project right here. Try these. All right, so now I'm going to install this back on and then put some tension on it. Right now I can't get the bolts in. Okay, so now I got all these for they're snug but not tight. I'm going to get the plate out to the wear marks where they were before. You can kind of see where the nuts were before, so I got a ways to go. And that's going to be our starting point for getting this belt tightened. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so now that that's done, they say to run the belt, and if it's in line, you should have about equal distance on both sides. If you're way off, say this side was pushed back further, that belt's going to want to walk this way and this gap will close up. So anyway, we'll run that belt and see what happens. It doesn't look too bad. But yeah, those fingers under there definitely need to be replaced. I'd say it looks pretty good. I need to tighten up my bolts on 4 bolts on each side. Now I'm going to tighten up the set screws on the bearing. All right, I'm going to lower that down and I'm going to run it and just check and make sure the bottom looks okay. Or actually, maybe I'll run it. I'll just open up the door. I'm going to turn this around so I'm not actually under the forks in case that falls. There's just a little door on here. I can open it up and look inside. Okay, I don't like how that looks. I'm rubbing on one side. So we got to make an adjustment down here. Yeah, it's running against that far side. I got a gap over there. So I got to push this bearing block back, which means I got to loosen up on this and back this off so that bolt can go through there. And I think I'm going to need 2 wrenches, and it shouldn't take a whole lot. And I should be doing this while it's running, but I wanted to get it pushed just a little bit so that I could get that belt wouldn't keep rubbing against the side. So I'm going to start it up and we'll take another look. Okay, we're pretty even actually. Now, it's right, it's still going, so I gotta go back a little bit. Yep, went too far. And that's one thing too, when you make an adjustment, you gotta let that belt run a little bit and get into its relaxed position. Okay, it's not touching on either side, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. Back in the day, 30 years ago, I used to work at a elevator and we'd have to adjust the belts on the legs, same way. Gotta make sure those belts are running, they're centered. All right, we are getting close on this. Let's see if we can get this thing up there. Whoa, hang on. Don't go anywhere. It's actually not working too bad. Okay, we are headed home. We got that conveyor belt done. We got everything put away, all the sheds closed up, locked up. So anyway, it's a good day. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get that conveyor belt done by myself, but I got it done, so that's good. So we're expecting rain tonight. Hopefully we get rain. If by chance it doesn't rain tonight, we've got like 4 waterways that just got reworked with the bulldozer, and we need to get them worked down and reseeded, and then we're probably going to start planting. So we'll probably start planting beans first, maybe, since we actually have more bean acres this year, and bean planting is actually slower than corn planting, so we'll probably get going on the bean planting first and get that planter rolling. So anyway, that's it for today. So I don't think I'm going out to the airport doing any work this evening. Yeah, I think I'll take the rest of the day off. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all of it. Good or bad, it's all good. We'll talk to you later. So we've got a very, very tedious, difficult task to perform today. We got our numbers for the seed tenders. So the older one's going to get the number 1. The newer one's going to get the number 2. So highly technical. I can't tell you how I came up with that decision on how to number them, but it took many hours to figure that out. So we're going to throw some numbers on here so we can keep track. We can document, like, you know, I replaced the belt on number 2. The belt has been replaced on number 1. I think that was a couple years ago, but okay, so you're not supposed to walk under a ladder. Does it count if you're moving the ladder and you're under it? Does that give you bad luck? Another job done. Does that mean we get to mark a job off the board? Numbers on seed tenders. Yes. Always store your markers upside down so that the ink is going towards the tip. Dry erase marker hack 101.